Brother Virgil.
Your Excellency! Weren't you supposed to be looking for our colleagues?
Indeed. I regret to say that they are indeed all dead.
I knew it. What a waste. Eugenia and her recklessness are to blame for this.
I'm afraid someone else is responsible for this. These deaths are not accidental, and yet they were disguised as such.
The savages! Their thirst for blood is unquenchable. I knew we should never have come without an escort.
Oh, Virgil, would you please stop taking us for fools? The natives had no hand in this.
Who else could it be?
Someone who desperately wanted this expedition to fail. Does that remind you of anyone?
Fine. You unmasked me. But know that my cause is righteous. The Ordo Luminis sent me to keep an eye on this expedition, to ensure that the discoveries we made would not jeopardize our nation or our presence on this island. But the inscriptions on the tablets are a heresy, a dangerous manipulation. Can you imagine what would happen if it was said that our founder listened to the teachings of the natives? But even then, foolish Eugenia accepted these discoveries as truth without realizing that
I understand that you might want to protect your nation, but to go as far as assassinating several of your colleagues...
Come now. You cannot make me believe. But since you want to avoid using violence, help me convince you. My colleagues and I know how to sort through these discoveries. And you will be rewarded, of course.
It is undeniable that but he has no right. Be careful with your accusation.
It seems to me that all members of this expedition are concerned. They should decide on what to do next. Everybody listen. Alas, I must inform you that I have found the dead bodies of your missing colleagues.
How awful. What happened to them?
Someone wanted us to believe that they were killed by some swamp animals, but it was all staged. Your colleagues were murdered, and their bodies abandoned to the creatures.
What? But why do such a thing? And who murdered them?
Brother Virgil confessed to his crimes in front of me.
Monster! You will pay for these crimes. These people you killed were our brothers, our friends.
You stupid goose. You really believe that I will let you pass judgment on me? You shouldn't have been so quick to accept these lies that could destroy our nation. And want to reveal them for all to hear. You are solely responsible for these deaths.
How dare you present yourself as the protector of our nation? Murderer!
May the enlightened protect me in this battle! To my help! And death to the others! May the shadow engulf our enemies! Let's see who the enlightened will favor. Engulf our enemies!
Do you think you can face a woman of faith?
Great. Do you? I must leave. I'm sorry, sister. Brother Virgil fled during the battle.
The coward. And naturally, his accomplices fled along with him. What a waste. So many people died.
Perhaps I shouldn't have revealed his crimes in front of everyone. But I thought it was the best way of ensuring he would be judged.
Considering how high tensions have been these last few days, a fight was inevitable, alas. But you did what you thought was fair. Here, take this. As a token of gratitude for shedding light on these dismal events. Alas, we will have to go back to Eden as well. There are too few of us to continue the research.
Were you hoping to discover more?
Of course. This place was but a single step in St. Matthias's journey. The last tablets speak of a journey northbound, further up in the swamp. But even if Virgil is no longer a threat, we are not sufficiently well equipped to go there.
We could go there for you if you wish. You just have to tell us where to look.
That would be marvelous. Of course, you would have to start from the excavation site where he wrote this. I think I noticed a path going north when I was there, actually. Look for any traces of life. Perhaps you will be—
Don't worry.
Maybe unless you protect me in this battle. Maybe unless you protect me in this battle. To my help! You'd have to be insane to want to live in such a place. Even a saint would want to stay dry.
Maybe enlightened help.
Move away! Things are about to get dicey! May the shadow engulf our enemies! Move away! Things are about to get dicey! Your magic is running out!
Take a potion!
May the shadow engulf our enemies! Move away! Things are about to get dicey! May the shadow engulf our enemies!
A cavern. Hermits often choose places like this when they want to live away from the world.
Someone lived here. No doubt about it. We'll have to turn the place upside down if we want to make sure that the old man lives. The unlikely protect me in this battle. May the shadow engulf our enemy. To my help! And death to the other! Move away! Things are about to get dicey!
Magnificent. If St. Matthias did come here, this is where he must have settled.
Let's take a closer look at these paintings. We may learn something from them. This mural is very ancient. It depicts an old man dressed as a priest getting his face painted by a masked native. This mural depicts an old man praying in front of a face in the mountain. He's holding a rosary. Saint Matthias. Praying to Enon Frictimen. It looks like a chaplet made of pewter. It's rather basic, but it was made a long time ago. And it undeniably comes from the continent.
This is incredible. Saint Matthias is often depicted or described as using a similar chaplet. Oh, I feel so lucky to be here. In this cavern where our founder lived.
I don't know these glyphs, but these spirals are native symbols. There are some words in our ancient language next to them. The light and the earth are the two faces of a same power. It's impossible to know if this is a translation or another sentence. But this is a message that would seriously displease the Inquisitors. There are some native symbols here, and some letters I recognize. As if someone had tried to write in the native language using our alphabet. Men dui stat, enon frictimen. This is incredible. Saint Matthias would have known about the spirit of the island and would have prayed to him.
I don't know if you...
You just... I think...
So, did you find anything? Or do you need my help?
We discovered a cave that was inhabited a long time ago by a whole group of people, mostly natives, who had obviously created a sacred site, as the place was guarded by a creature.
And have you found traces of our holy founder? New relics? Perhaps some tablets?
There were also frescoes on the site, representing Saint Matthias.
Frescoes? Tell me more. This is fascinating.
He was shown having his face painted by a native. On the other, he prayed to a god of the mountain.
You can't be serious. You mean to say that our saint converted to the cult of the islanders?
That is what emerges from our findings, yes. Other objects that I was able to bring back also point in this direction. Look. There are inscriptions. These tablets and also this chaplet.
His chaplet? I cannot believe it. It is so... Excuse me. I cannot find the words to express how I feel. You must come with me. We must go and present all these discoveries to the Mother Cardinal. You realize our entire dogma will have to change. So far, anyone who wanted to question it would have burned their
And you think that this...
We have solid...
I see.
It seems we are arriving right on time.
Virgil.
I'm afraid that you're...
We were informed of your... We demand that you hand...
How can you even suggest?
Out of love for our... But since you refused...
Death to the heretic!
Maybe enlightened protect me in this battle.
Favor.
To my house! And death to the others!
May the shadow engulf our enemies. Move away. Things are about to get dicey.
Will favor.
May the shadow engulf our enemies.
Do you think you can face a woman of faith?
May the shadow engulf our enemies.
Do you think you can face a woman of faith? I cannot believe that I just fought my own brothers in faith. The fact that the Inquisition is after us is...
We would do well to hasten to... And we will have to take...
You are right. All this proves there is a risk that the...
And if you will allow me to attend the...
Your help will be precious. In any case, I will study the tab and I will meet you at the...
Understood. See you soon, Sister Eugenia.
Stick is running out. Move away! Things are about to get dicey! Move away! Things are about to get dicey!
May the shadow engulf our enemies! May the shadow engulf our enemies! Be careful! Your armor is falling apart!
Move away!
Ah, Your Excellency. We were eagerly awaiting your arrival. Sister Eugenia was just recounting me the tale of your achievements and telling me about the incredible discoveries you've made.
These relics shed a new light on the last years of our founder. It all demonstrates that he hadn't evangelized the islanders, but, on the contrary, he would even have adopted some of their rituals, merging the cult of the enlightened and the cult of nature in a single dogma.
These discoveries, if they can be verified, are extraordinary. But they also represent a great upheaval that could harm our nation. We must first verify their authenticity. You are the only ones who entered this cave. Could what you have witnessed been a falsification?
The cavern we discovered is located in a very remote place. There is no islander village nearby. It contains some ruined dwellings, but clearly no one has lived there for a very long time. Fraudsters would inevitably have left traces of their passage, and we have not found any. The entrance to the cave was protected by one of those giant creatures that the natives call a Nardaig. These guardians usually protect sacred places and let no one enter without a fight. I had to kill this beast, which leads me to think that nobody had entered the cave for a very long time. We discovered ancient frescoes on the walls of the cave. They represent Saint Matthias without a doubt. He is depicted with his chaplet. In one, he is praying for the divinity of the island. In the other, his face... I understand...
The tablets found at the site, however, attest that our founder had not abandoned the cult.
The relic, the political and... has fallen.
Your Eminence, even if these frescoes are real and old, who's to say this?
You were so eager to bury our discoveries that you were ready to bury us. A group of the Ordo Luminous attacked us while we...
Really? Your Eminence, I assure you that I had no idea. It was probably the desperate action, but alas...
You are responsible for the members of the Ordo Luminous. On this, I am counting on you to ensure that this kind of...
Your Eminence, he prays Saint Matthias, shows us a new way.
You surprise me, Petrus. Yet, your word. Does anyone wish to...
I understand your doubts about you, yet...
Thank you. After much thought, I have...
But I cannot...
And I hope I can count on your... It would be a shame for our relationship with...
Of course, Your Eminence.
magic is running out.